Whole life on the whole life on the oh, sorry. Which camera? I will use mine. Let me say that.
You can use mine also.
Okay.
We connected too.
Which phone did you use and you go?
That one.
This one. No. So let me use this one. Use this one. And then put it inside this one.
That one. Yes,
And then use this one. I'll use the other one.
first you have to connect it.
Do you have this IP webcam app?
IP.
So okay.
Let me put my phone on the airplane mode.
Send
No calls will come in.
if Tony, those kind of things, it's best when Papa is around, he will do it himself.
Mais sinon, on me sait loin.
Don't do it. Okay.
On me now, maintenant, on fait là.
So just find a chair and sit down.
Is that
This is mine. Are you playing something like a video?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll see where it is.
So it will come. We keep
But I
checking.
have stuff I can play this.
No, we'll check. 159. Last IP address 159. Tony. So the other one.
You got it. Or is there other one? Maybe it's there. The hash number. It's also there.
It's also there. Serum to I beg you, the way you bring in the other things, please do it well.
Me.
The sources, the scenes.
This is to start server.
Make sure I do so that Tony,
So I said, I want to get
just
down.
that I want to
Now,
give the team.
okay.
It had more.
Let me get up in your head there. 190.
Oh, I don't take all of them all the time, but some of the emergency because like Colonium is here, some of that one.
One actually got. My sister was the one who did the
You take this chair. I saw for
820.
remove this chair, the one that's sitting. And then find a way to push this one there so it's not going to the corner. But not to turn off. Well, the chair doesn't push it. Yes, but make sure you don't push the pictures, please. Push
I'm okay.
Yes, very good. This one is so that I don't like anything. Maybe it's okay. So you know something. You need to change it. So that you see.
Sorry, I'm watching.
Chicken. You understand? I don't really someone that could get like a cheat.
I mean, no, 156.
Chicken 156. Just the resolution.
I said, I'm not sure.
It's not showing.
Now, when do you fetch it?
Only yours.
That's please answer.
Listen,
Click on media source. Let's see. Media source.
yes.
Hold on. Open it. Check your sentence.
Hello?
Yeah, can you check your IP address for me?
192 dot 168 dot 8 dot 1.
This dot.
156.
Colon 8080.
No, no, on your camera.
Colon 8080.
You sure?
Mm.
Let's see. You show video one is connected.
Let me cancel it.
No, don't cancel. Don't cancel. The show is connected. Okay, listen. Great. Just read 0, 0. This is your IP address again.
192 dot 168.
Abrific.
Dot 8.
But Abrific is this one.
Not as much.
No.
So we shouldn't say it.
Dot 8 dot.
Dot 8
Dot.
dot 156. Colon 8080.
Click on someone's phone. Or click here. I'll have to come back to you and check your resolution. Okay. Let me show you how it comes to actions. Stop.
See, that's not again.
Yeah, we stop it. I come to check the resolution. Video preferences. Then video. Put your primary users. 1 to Israel by 960.
1 to 80.
By 960. So that's where 1480 by. But when we do the procedure, there's a person. Check the resolution. switch up on it. See, it was like, oh, like, you can see yourself. Still is small. But the rest of that, serious storage to go. With a large video resolution. Still.
Trend the height.
So, 192 HP. Let's see. Okay, I think HD is better.
It's the best. It's full screen over there.
It seems your brother has sent you a message and then you came on your phone.
Right now.
People are online.
You said
People are online.
online like how?
I mean, the viewers.
Yeah, we started on. Yeah. So, let's check what he's talking about this. Why? I just wanted to look at it.
No.
So please type.
Kobe? Yeah.
Hey,
Kobe?
Okay.
Tell me to OBS and let's
Mele tu kwa mu.
why OBS.
Okay.
So remove the line. This one.
yeah.
How many times you realize that?
And I look at all the
This one. Look at the transition to do.
oh, then this you go through first. I'm like, this will come back on TV. You don't put it in. You don't know when I transition, you don't put it in.
It's on your hard drive. I'm not sure if you can do that. Have you checked what your brother posted?
So, I want to check was about the relations and passive relations.
Passage.
Passive. African American passive.
Is this something you have to include into what you do?
Well, and there's a question here.
My channel is in my bag.
Let's connect it to the phones.
My name is not that long.
Kobe has a longer charger.
He's charging his phone. He's charging his phone.
He bought two.
Oh, no, they have the language.
Okay, I get what you're talking about. I know it.
Myself, I bought another one again.
And I got
so that the phone will never go off.
Okay. Somebody's calling.
Someone call me.
Yes, Papa. Yeah, it's Papa.
It's Papa.
Call him. Our car was out yesterday with Uncle Sam.
We went to the Darwinian and
Hey, the funeral.
no, we didn't go to the funeral, sir.
Hey, how come the car?
To where you just walk into the land and you just came and spat the land. Yes, it's the same car.
There's something really like that now. Hello, Papa. Good afternoon, Papa. Yes, Papa. Sorry, I missed your call. Sorry, we are live, so our attention was on the live stream. Sorry.
Okay, you should put the people should share their testimony.
Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa.
Right, because all the people who have been working with us, I think last year, people should share their testimony.
Yes, Papa.
They should start sharing that one now. And when I come up here, I'm in the middle of the office.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I just went to have a check and put my habit back in under my foot.
Sorry, Papa.
So I want to be before I'll be doing another
No problem, Papa. We are live. We are playing video, so no worries, Papa. So what they went to the hospital. It's food. Oh, and that's food.
Zero should appear in that.
People should share their testimony.
Yes, I can come and even speak. Speak with them.
And then you should someone else will speak.
You should do it.
You should rather speak because you're testing me.
You'll be there until Papa.
Okay, now put one of the cameras on you.
Oh, I can remove the chair.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, right. Will you be in a standing position or sit down?
Okay.
Yeah.
So get the view with Seram's camera. Okay.
I went there. I didn't sit on there. I'm sure I'm very
Is it okay? Is the view okay?
This chair should.
This chair is showing.
You should rather sit down.
Why? No, the one is dirty.
That's what I'm saying. You should not be there.
Like this.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
You there?
Let me wear my nose mask.
I quick class.
I think it's okay. It's okay. The quality is okay.
Oh.
Yours is super sharp. It's not some of us are like Tony's camera. The phone that I have, the camera.
Can I get a bit closer?
Oh, I'll sit down. Go down.
I'm coming.
So you transition to the Revolution logo first before you transition to me.
I'm coming.
Wait.
I want to bring down the camera.
Put it. Click on Sean's camera first. Sorry, I beg you. Is the angle okay? It's okay. Put on Revolution logo.
This one, very good.
So Sean, give the count.
3.
Wait, Tony, please come here. I'll give you some small job. So Sarah, please, you're the director.
3, 2, 1.
Hello and good afternoon, Revolution fans. Happy New Year to you. Today we are live, as we always join us on the live Q&A session, and we want to encourage as many of you who have benefited from African Magic Temple services, either by way of doing a divination with African Magic Temple and then following up with the necessary vosa or sacrifice, or you purchase our product, either the oral enhancing soap or the adjunct. We would want to encourage as many of you as possible to share your testimony to everyone around the world. We appreciate all of you so much. We are grateful that you participated one way or the other in building up our fan base and all. And we want you to share by writing in the comment section uh, your testimonies. You can also send all of these in short videos. That's if you're on the Revolution WhatsApp group or on the Revolution Facebook group. But for today's program, we want you to share your testimonies at the comment section so that you can encourage others who have begun on this traditional practice and let the world know that indeed Voodoo is really, really natural and can make positive changes in your life. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so back to the COVID mega video. Who made that video? With the shortcut. Shortcut everywhere.
And I made it right.
How do you do it?
The Windows is we use shortcut to do better ones. Tell me. If you have fun,
That question or
you leave him alone. Like, just check on OBS. Is everything happening? Let me go ahead. Let me do it. The news prepared it for the reason why it's like that. Hold on. Tony, thank you. Okay.
Send it to the questions and let me see whether if Papa say it can read. Send it to the questions and let's see. Wow, this TV is J. Grand greetings, Papa and family from Augusta, Georgia, from your father, thank you. Greetings, Papa and Voodoo family. Many blessings to all. Diamond Cash says, blessings, Papa and AMT family. Blessings to you, Diamond Cash. Hilario Oba Sabino says, greetings to all. Praise to Lega. Thank you. Same to you, Hilario. Yayo says, Alagbara, Alafia, Lega. Alafia. Yayo. Ifasaki Alao says, voice of ancestors. The voice of our ancestors will stand out for you no matter the noise around your life.
major.
Is it okay?
Right.
You check it to this. You do this one. Let's check on it. While you're doing that, these things that can be bringing them. If they're not necessary, What is it?
I'm monkey. I'm monkey. I don't want to carry you. Some of them want to love. I'm monkey.
No, the hair of what? I mean,
One monkey love.
yeah, now, wait. Una cosa da un lato.
But you money is so far. I'm in the I
Papa said, now, coming from the
So go to the producer, the direct producer. Please post and tell people that we should post their testimony.
And so after the video plays finish, you have to see everything for a while. After the video, you have to revolution for a while.
Then I was still talking, but then for now, type please. The live producer area, can you type and then can you share?
I should put that.
Something was happening that we didn't know about.
So like kind of revolutioners, can you push your testimonies? Like how should I write it?
We encourage as many of you who have benefited from our services to share your testimony.
Me,
We encourage as many of you who have benefited from our services. Who have benefited from our services. You put in bracket divination, upper divination, mirror divination. What's or sacrifices? What's sacrifices? Horror enhancing soup. Irrigation pack. Etc. etc. So read what, please, you are very good. I just want to read after that. Read it again.
hello revolution fans. We encourage as many of you who have benefited from our services, foundation, oral relationship, and listens to what?
To share your testimonies. Share your testimonies in the comment section with the rest of the world. Share your testimonies in the comment section. Comment section, the small box there. The rest of the world gets to know about it. Take a watch your space now. Products, WhatsApp, foreign enhancing products, WhatsApp, etc. After the WhatsApp command, etc. space. With etc. Full stop. I have to share your testimonies in the comment section. wrote your comment in the comment section for everyone to for the world to know. I'm sure Papa has come.
Go.
I mean, they upload the video
Pause it.
on your laptop. On your laptop.
The Wi-Fi.
The fact that really story doesn't give you bread.
Oh, what I have.
Good. If you really collect more water. Collect more water. Okay, please come. Bring me kitchen stool.
I'm getting some other food out.
No, don't do it now. We don't have to take that from you. Okay, can take it. Kitchen stool. And the person with the restaurant. You come for life.
I don't know whether it's in my
Please, let's try another thing again.
Okay.
Now using my camera. Put the revolution logo there.
Huh?
Please put the revolution logo there. Click on my camera and then we can transition to revolution. Now click on my camera. Let me see something. No, not the camera. Ah, okay. It's too.
Too bright.
No, it's not too bright.
Put the check. Check.
Okay. Be careful. Whatever you are planning to do, really make bad like that. Wow, put it there. Thank you.
Don't you speak.
Just no.
No,
No. Take a charger for a while.
be careful with the TV.
If you want to do another thing, you should be here. You should be here. If you are here, it's good. I will show you the camera like this.
Yeah, can do. Listen.
Are you sit down?
You sit down.
So that we do the
You should go closer to the wall so that this door.
as we should.
So you come this side.
Bring the microphone.
Take that for a while.
Thank you. Please bring the microphone. Can you get the microphone there?
Papa.
target.
We now updated.
Is Joe's there?
Jones will expect
Okay, then could you please help? Transition. Transition. Hi, good afternoon, Evolution fans. Thank you for joining our live Q&A session today. We encourage as many of you who have benefited from African Magic Temple services, be it divination, mirror reading, or aura enhancing setup, that you should, as much as possible, share your testimonies or comments in the comment section for today's live session so that our fans around the world and then the general public will know about it and benefit from it. Thank you. Transition again. We also encourage you to share the live session to as many of your fans so that they can also benefit from the knowledge and thought transfer session with Bokor Christopher Voncujovi. Thank you. Okay.
Kofi, do you want to
Papa, we're using here. Right?
Yeah.
That's
Kofi, in after ready my own and a copper bear. I don't even know what sent this boy to leave war to even light this chapel. Papa comes now, he will think the chapel is not flame.
I will let me do it. Because Mama took over. Time to Revolution Live question and answer section. I am your host, Christopher Voncujovi, and go and wear your mask before you come here. So we are here again one more time. I'm thanking you all. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to you, wherever you are. Thank you very much for supporting us, and you keep us going. And here I am, and here we are again this afternoon. So please send in your questions and answers, your questions, and I will give you answers where I can. Thank you very much for joining us. This is African Magic Temple, transmitting for Revolution Live Facebook question and answer section. Thank you very much. I will be speaking about some certain things very importantly today, and I also asked them to put it on the screen or on your listing that people who have had some experience with the African Magic Temple for the past 1 year should share their experiences that they had with African Magic Temple. If you have seen any changes in your life, please let other people know, and let us know, and let other people also know, so that we can encourage each other, so that we can go on this path of our ancestors, so that instead of wasting our time praying and fasting, we can do the real things that will make life more easier for all of us. Thank you very much for joining us again. This is Revolution Live question and answer section. Thank you. The first person, I'm going to remove my mask because with the mask I can't talk very well, but everybody else is wearing mask here. So I'm going to start with big sister Ifa Dara is there, and then we have Michelle Parker and all these things. So let me pour libation, and after the libation, we go on. Oh, ago, mauga, soboli samandoago, mauga kiti katamandoago, mauga se joto ame joto, ese nanu ame, ese tienu ame, woman of every docuno, baby, woman of every maybe an docuno of you, benan docuno, maybe an woman of you, boy, a senye popolipo, a senye datafia, a segla, a megla, a senyu, a menu. Mayora kemenaha. Yemeyo polinye, menaha, go, yemeyo, fanagon, a fagbo machesu. Pẹpẹ sùpẹ pẹlẹ tọmẹjọ lẹmẹ dàpá àvìdí mẹyọ pẹlú gbẹ méjì yẹkú méjì wọlé méjì di méjì lọsọ méjì ńlọlẹ méjì abúlá méjì akala méjì gúdá méjì sá méjì ká méjì túrúpẹ méjì túlá méjì lẹtẹ méjì tsẹ méjì fún méjì pọlì tsẹ túlá mẹyọ kílẹbọ bí mi kó àtọba dé òbú àmọ tọba dé nya dé ẹmẹ kẹ bẹdẹbẹdẹ bàtà tsẹ nínú kúló kplákplá mendo ago ẹyọ sẹmẹ hàn fúraṣọ sẹmi fúraṣọ pété do ago yọ abraxas mẹyọ ọsẹ àdìrẹpọ do ago yọ tàdìrẹtọ bẹbí mi kú ọ wò vẹsọtọ kámi yọ mi dọgbo mẹyọ miẹnọ zọ diẹ anyiduzo kaka chikas bọjì àdìrẹmẹ yàrá fà bẹnyà gbẹmí la pé àkérè bẹnyà gbẹmí dúró hàn ní mẹyọ ọrà kẹkẹ wọnyí anyi gbà máa jọ fúlọrọ afọkùnrin anyi gbà máa dọ àdìkà wọnyí abìlẹ máa tẹkúló ẹtẹgà. O mayo akain becho bakain mo bakain je bakain bisu bakain tro bakain menyo bakain difio bakain mami wata bakain ge bakain peli pa bi megba haja do la ko preba do jo fi to ba so to dojo mayo mi ni ra ho gba obo wo ka ku apa mi o zango mayo mi pele viore ke do ago e mayo akain jo pa akain becho bakain mo bakain je bakain bisu bakain tro bakain menyo bakain difio bakain mami wata bakain ge bakain peli pa bi megba haja do lo ako preba ma ji dojo fi to ba so to dojo mayo mi nu da ho gba bo wo kakwa bemio zango oya mi kule bi aba kwa ha mi na kwera gbe vira gba sira gbe ba ame yora ke wo jo pata jo maku afaka ma vole mo ye chimi vole fu do me gbere o kokole ku atole fo mo jo gbonyo he be jo gbonyo to aya mo moju to anu kwara kule be yin le pe me bo to ba jo tu so kule bi wo no te pere ka jo pata be le happy jo vo va jo yin jo pata be fia jo pata metro me gbe da mo lo afi fa gbe ri edi la jo pata na fi an jo lo jo pata te fe me yo amesi me gbo jide to togbe dente apape luludi zugbolu ajima ogboju kule do jalo lo pe nko me valentine fe me va lo jona kofu ago sapate me yo atigeri me yo gorobo du me yo ra ken alafia ahana ni ke me yo me ga se ge ja papa se Sister Tomogeje, Naha. Let me Brahini, my botch, my young fully come on the cable, me go to Kucha Kuma Commander Tomonimba. A tongue of Spokumayon and a Kosovo Kuma, your phone Cogeje. That's in Yamos if you see Jam Koso, Bracobram, Mamma, Bogim, but when I go Kukofi, Akubia, Sadori, and the Pekuno, Mopo Harana, your pretty, my Fonia Celestine, Yawakubia, Katrina, Kubia, Fonia Sense, Kodofonia, your Ben, Akubia, La Hanamilo, Kutu, Menefani, Bubu, and Agbodu Nefaran Chemanosia. Yo, Niason, oh, what you prepare could be a Cecilia, Peneca, Tepemensa, Nivaha, Kutu, Menefana, Yadagania, Amavi, Akubia, for Harana, Kakaka, Viraga, Kutu, Menefana, Mayo, I will not to G, Bokor to G, Mayo, Kiniki has a consequence that Barasubarabonana, Mayo, Mayo, Bokor, at that place, so far, at movie, Mayo, Kutu, Menefana. Mayo Bokor a facha a jogue, a kutumene fana, a mayo honu, le vapo, honu la vega, a kutumene fana in Bobore. Mayo a pohunoni, a me abe, I talk with Anani Tretucho, take a bon, Baha, Nemia, Anno, and Aquiragbe, Viragbe, Gitato, Petit Baha, no, Quiragbe, Viragbe, Dimayomido, Asimedi, kutumene fana in Bobore, and the Bodu Fanamlo. If you come in your attack, Menandaka, Haromia, Fiafia, one day. Miawel and Gobem, and you may know Gobernamere, a Kagadam, Miawin, Yilangonam, in Nongobam, Kamangadam, Hanami, Yatepe. Mayomia, Vodu, Proclamabuchi, Sacracama, Chapa, Adobo, Cotocoli, Donco, Kurumaqua, Tomano, Lecho, Frantavan, Fifin, Quabisinca, Mayo Cofito Jabaku, which are two of feature hand of Coffee Attracable Mayo. I am your Toba, but Vodu to Rahu, as a passage, Kuno, Papashino, Hoto, or Kerikuma Yomi. May I play the Marquess, Acochino, Poichi, no poaching or go Poichi, Taheta, Hemede, Hereke, Bohe, Pesania, Akutoba, Pesagia, Pesabi, and you will let the Yama Holovia, quite to a po, let me up it, your table, mention, it's a heavy bay, a Yomi. Adruku madru sasalo nu per tamano abolo adruku madru no yo mi yatepe e vi menya todo un compete boyo ni me ayo america ko ni apete me yo sibe e to chemenya vi un compete ko cleo no ya yo vi de kako obete obego emi yo me ayo mi kora ko puro nya apeli apete ko do sa gbaja po fipo apeli apeli agbe apeli to asimi apeli to no ko no mi ono vo ono asisi nkuga me yo. Mayo serengadia for a ketobe wonu for beto achire le bokoba tu mayo rakeke mayo aflanga tisebe men abaglo audi dapa mechaba abaglo audi plevio dapa mile tome mi apoasire unye mi apopuro unye mi abeg benenye egbene no nunamlo kutu kwera go vira go asira go mi yo ne mi le terun tuture mi azokle enchema azokle mi sia pero agora go. Okay, here we go. I have a big sister, Ifa Adara saying grand greetings, Papa and family. I'm from Augusta, Georgia. Thank you very much, big sister. Then we have Michelle Parker Shapiro. Greetings, Papa and Vodu family. Many blessings to all of you. And thank you very much, Michelle. We are very grateful. We have our big sister, Diamond Cash. Blessings, Papa and AMT family. Blessings to you, Diamond. We are very grateful to you for joining us. Then we have Hilarious Oba Sabinus. Greetings to all. Praise to Legba. Thank you very much, Hilarious. How are you? Thank you very much, and greetings to all the people. I think you are now in Ireland or where? I don't know. Let me know. I know you are not in Italy right away, but if you are, let me know. Then we have Yayo, Alagbara, Alafia, Legba. Thank you to thank you very much, because that is Yoruba Day. Alagbara, Alafia, Legba. Yes, that is it, Baba Legba. Thank you very much. And then we have Ifa Sokin Alao. The voice of ancestors will stand out for you no matter the noise around your life. His word will speak for you no matter what the enemy is saying. You will surely be blessed. The gods will help keep, uphold, sustain, and protect, defend, and exalt you and all yours. His hand will be around you for good. The enemy will not swallow your glory. You will not miss the best of the land. No one will steal that what is rightfully yours, and you will be happy forever. Say Ashe, 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 Ashe. Thank you very much. And what will I say it in Yoruba means Modupe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Modupe, yeah, I think so. That's it. And then Malafo Leba, thank you very much. And Malafo, showing love, love, love. And then we have Ebenezer Bonso. Greetings from Kentucky, Papa, family, and team. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. How are you? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. And then we have our sister, Kadi Fisher. Greetings, Papa and AMT family. Kadi Fisher, Kadi, greetings to you and your family too. Thank you very much for joining us. Kadi Fisher is saying, Papa, in Afa, can you explain why some people have Orisha and some of us have Meiji? Okay, Kadi, the word Meiji in Yoruba means double. Double. One is Akon or Ekon, and then Meiji means two. 3 will be Meta, 4 will be Mary. So that is how the Yoruba counting is. So when they say Meiji, that means double. So if we say Bemeji, means double of Be. When we say Yeku Meji, then it is double of Yeku. So the word Meiji in Yoruba means double. And when they say Orisha in Yoruba, I'm not very fluent in Yoruba these days because I've forgotten a lot. I left Yoruba land about 1984. Will be how many years? From 1984, I left the Yoruba land. How many years ago? To 94, 10, 204, 20, 37. About 37 years ago, I left the Yoruba land, and I have not had the opportunity to be speaking Yoruba with people unless once in a while I meet some people when you people come up here. So Orisha, Ori, it means head. So, and I think Orisha simply means the head spirit. So people who say they have Orisha and they have Meiji, there's not so much different because if you are initiated into Fa, whichever oracle or Ifa Odu or Afa Du, as the Eves may call it, falls for you, that's the one will be your destiny on the Afa line. So Pauline Se, as the Eves may call it, the destiny on the Pauline line or on the Afa line. So the Meiji just means double. So if you have any Meiji, then that means the sign that came for you in Fa is a double sign, like Akla Meiji. So it is not like Orisha. It is all, they are all Orishas, all the same, but only the calling. So we have Yeku Meiji, but we can have Yeku Loso, means it is the Yeku and Loso or Iroso. So it is not double, so it cannot be Meiji. So if something Meiji comes for you, that means it's a double of what the Afa do or Ifa Odu is. That's why the Meiji, it is nothing wrong with it. It is doubling in your case. So don't be scared and don't be worried. They are all the same. The Orisha is like the oracle or the spirit or the Vodu. And then the Meijis come in the readings or the oracles name and the major arcana, as you may call it in tarot reading or in some other spiritual listing. So the Orisha or the Meijis are the major arcana. So they have the Bemeji, Yekumeji, Woli Meji, Meji, Loso Meji, Woli Meji, Abla Meji, Akla Meji, Guda Meji, Sameji, Kameji, Trukwe Meji, Tula Meji, Lete Meji, Che Meji, Fumeji, Kwali, Che, Tula being the last one. So when it comes as Meiji, it is just that the major arcana, and then later there will be, as in Fa, we have 16 major arcana, so the 16 major oracles or 16 major Odus or Afadu. So these 16 will exchange or meet each other and combine with each other, pair with each other until it becomes 256. So when a Bokor is casting your lot or doing a reading for you, any of these 256 Odus or Afadus can fall for you, and it is on that they will divine what is happening in your current situation. So thank you very much, Kadi Fisher. I hope I have done some little explanation to that. And then we have for Martin Kobler. Good afternoon, my lovely brother. Good to see you, looking blessed. The testimony from people is what I have always asked. It helps others to know that our Vodu are real and working. Thank you very much for Martin. Yes, you know, I'm getting a lot of calls from people sending me messages, telling me how things are changing in their lives. And I wanted to put it into the open space. Of course, I know what I have done for them, and I know that for sure changes will happen in their lives. But when they themselves start seeing those changes, I want them to tell other people the changes that they have seen. That's why I know you have said it many times that we should let people talk about their experiences and their whatever changes they have seen. Yes, so today is the time. Thank you very much for Martin. And then we have Obibini Kwakudapa. Greetings, Papa, live from Libya. Thank you very much, Obibini. I'm very grateful for you joining us this afternoon. I'm here to answer your questions as much as possible. And if I am not able to answer some question, I will refer that to the elders and ask them to help me answer them in a later date. Hello, Koku Agbeko. Say hello, greetings, everyone. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Koku Agbeko. Happy Sunday to you too. Then we have Derek Murray. What is the difference between having an Odu which is Meiji and one which is a junior? Like I've just explained, the Meijis are the major Odus. There are 16 of the Meijis. And then the junior ones are, there is no junior as such, but when the Meiji, one come and the other come and it is not double, then it is not Meiji. So those are, okay, you can call them junior Duvi, and in Ewe we call the Meijis or the doubles as the Eduno, means the mother of the oracle, and then Eduvi being the smaller one that is pairing it. So when a Meiji comes for you, then you can know that the thing is very strong. But when it comes on a smaller, one major and one smaller, then we have to look at it from that. I mean, it depends on which one speaks first, and then we will judge it, because in our culture, an adult speaks first. So when an adult speaks and a junior one comes to speak, then of course we take the adult's word for what he said. And if a junior person speaks first before an adult speaks, still we will accept the adult's version of what he's saying than the junior person, because the person who sees the world before you knows the world more than you. And for that reason, his word or her word become more stronger than you who is junior. We are not Europeans, whereby they say everybody's word is, listen, in African traditional spirituality, the elder is always the elder. That's why we say, let's go to our ancestors, let's go to our elders and learn from them. Yes, maybe in European culture, the junior sometimes is more important than the elder person, but in African culture, I'm sorry, I don't know why, but the elder, we believe he has seen the world first. So when you want to talk about the world, he knows much about it and can tell more about it. So that's how the Odus or the Afadu also is. And then Derek Murek, again, greetings, Baba. Fao. Thank you very much, Derek. And then we have a big sister again, Ifadara. There are 1,680 verses to each Odu. You see, that is it. 1,680 verses to each Odu. So when it falls like Bemeji, you are going to see about 1,680 verses of explaining and trying to tell you what the stories that are in that Odu. Thank you very much, big sister Ifadara. Then we have Derek Mureke. Thank you very much. That was most informative. Thank you, Derek. I'm very grateful that it made some sense. And we're going up. Revolution Vodu Education. Hello, Revolution fans. We have encouraged as many of you who have benefited from our services, divinations, oral enhancing product, VOSA, and so on, to share your testimonies in the comment section for the world to know. Yes, that's what we are asking you. When you share your testimony, if there's anywhere for me to elaborate on it, I will go ahead and then explain it to people who don't know the real or the full story. Thank you very much. There we have on YouTube, Jay Otis. I see a video, but your voice are different from video. Is it? Jay, you must post it on, maybe it is somebody who is dotting my videos and putting some different words there. Okay, they say it was an issue on a playback, if that's what you are talking about, and they have fixed the issue. That's what the engineers are saying. Then we have Marion Young. Good evening, Daddy, and the AMT family. Greetings from India. Blessings beyond measure. Thank you very much, and blessings beyond measure to all of you, and to you, Mario, and the people who are in your family in India, and Indian people as a whole. Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have Richard Okanse. Good afternoon, Mr. Christopher. Greetings to all the family. Thank you very much, Akwesi. I'm very grateful you joined. Then Mario Young again, Daddy, what's the importance of Ebo? You see, the word Ebo is a Yoruba word. We always don't call it Ebo. In Ewe Afa, we don't call it Ebo. We call it Vosa, sacrifice. When they say sacrifice, it does not necessarily mean killing of an animal. I think that's what is called in Hinduism penance. Penance, yeah, that's usual. It's an English word, but we equate it to penance, as you do something to appease a spirit or an energy, or to thank an energy for the things that you have gotten. That is penance. Or you take a punishment or do something to punish yourself, or create something that will make you uncomfortable in order to win the favor of a particular energy. Like in where you are in Chennai and all this in, most of the Tamil and all this in temples, some are on a very high mountains, or the stairs to the temple is, you have to climb many steps before getting there. And people had to carry milk on their head, walk very tirelessly to that place to pour that milk on the Shiva Lingam, as it is. And also women going to temples during some of the Taikusan and all these festivals, and try to shave their hair off. That is a penance. Those are the things that are called Vosa in Ewe, and they are it is called Ebo in Yoruba language. So this is all that it is. What it means is that whenever you do a reading, or when a divination is done for you to be able to achieve what the divination was saying, you need to do the Vosa in order to complement what is said in the reading, so that you can get the ritual, can get the answers to what you were looking for. Most people do not know this. When they do a reading, they don't go in for the rituals, and then after a year or two, or after some time, they call you that the reading you did for me, I'm not seeing anything. Did you do the rituals that was prescribed by the divination that you should do to get the answers? No, and you are expecting that just because you had a reading in your ear, things should change in your life. It will never change today. It will not change tomorrow. Even if Jesus Christ comes, or even if there is any God in the sky comes down on this earth, If you don't do the ritual that accompanies a reading, don't expect changes in your life. Okay, let's go back somewhere. Okay, big sister again. Although wisdom is very vast, praises to ancestors, we will never know it all. It's an ocean to explore a lifetime in order to help you on your spirit, on your path. Yes, that's very, very true, big sister. The wisdom of our ancestors is very wide. No one can know all. That's why I always said that a child can learn from the adult, and an adult also learn from a child. I am a student of everybody. Whoever is ready to teach me, I am always ready to learn. That's what that wisdom is. Because you can never know all. Yesterday we were at the baobab tree in the bush, trying to do a ritual, and I was trying to explain to my children that the baobab, our people said, the baobab is like a wisdom. Is like the baobab tree. No one's hand can go embrace it completely and join hands together, join their hands together. So wisdom is like a baobab tree. So if those of you who have seen the baobab tree before, it's one of the biggest trees in Africa. And you can only hold a part of it. You cannot hold it complete. And it also goes back to a story in when I was learning in India that I think 4 or 5 people went to see an elephant. 4 or 5 blind people. They went to see an elephant. And one person was able to hold the tail of the elephant. And so this elephant is just like a rope. Another one held the leg, and so elephant is just like a tree trunk, like a tree that is growing. And then another held the ear. So it's elephant is like a very big fan that you can use to fan people. And then one of them that held the trunk said that elephant is just like a very long tree or something like that. But then the truth is that each one of them is telling the truth. According to their perception, what they could touch and what they could feel is what they were talking about. But is it true that that's what an elephant is? No. The elephant is all these things plus something more. So the wisdom of the divine, or the wisdom of God, that we are all seeking to be one with that God or with that energy, is a very, very vast ocean, and we are exploring it. And each one, according to your perception, is what you talk about. And then we cannot say that the perception of another person is wrong, because we are not seeing from their point of view. We are seeing from our point of view, and our point of view cannot be the final word on what God or the divine being is. But what we are seeing is what we are talking about. That's why anytime I sit here, I tell you that what I learn, what I experience is what I teach. I don't teach what I don't know. What I know is what I teach about. So thank you very much, big sister Ifadara, for that point. And we have, that's it. Okay, now I wanted to talk about something very, very important today, and that is Jombese, Ese, the god of destiny in the Ewe cosmology. God of destiny in Ewe cosmology. When I teach about Ewe things, I'm sorry, people come with different things from different spiritual backgrounds and try to put it into it. Their point is also correct. There's nothing wrong with it. But what I am teaching here is I'm trying to teach about the conception of the Ewes of what God is. I'm not talking generally about the whole world, how the whole world or how other spiritual traditions speak about God, but we are talking from the Ewe, the Vodu background of how the Vodu people or people who are practicing Vodu, who are the Ewes, how they view God and how they see nature and how they see God. And it is from that point that teaching from. Once in a while, I may go into the Bible or in the Hebrew Kabbalah and bring something just to make comparisons, or go into the Hinduism or Hindu Kabbalah to bring something to make comparison, or maybe even sometimes go into the Arabic and bring things that make a comparison. But in general, I am only teaching about the Ewe way of approaching the divine, or the Voodoo way of approaching the divine. That's what I teach. So when I am teaching things like this, yes, everybody can make their suggestions, but people shouldn't tell me that, oh, this is not it, it should be like this. No, you are not the one teaching. And you probably are, you are not an Ewe. So when I am teaching from the Ewe people's point of view, let me teach from the Ewe people's point of view. And you are, if you are also from another tribe, teach from your tribal point of view. People on that tribal line or that ethnic line will be able to understand it more. And those of us who are not on that ethnic line, we will listen and learn from that base. So please let me teach. I want to talk about Jogbese, Ese, destiny. Akans call it Inkrabia. The Yoruba call it Kadara. The Japanese are calling it Umme. There are many other words used for the destiny. There are many. Every culture has a name for destiny. And in the Ewe language, we call it Jombese or Ese. A lot of time, we have many people out there who can speak about Ese, not only me. But the truth about it is that it is not everybody who knows how to work Ese or how to do Ese for you, and that Ese will work for you. Somebody may just be an observer during someone's Ese ceremony, and maybe he has been with the master for some time and has been seeing the master doing something, how they set up Ese. And because the person is not initiated to become a priest, but he wanted to become a priest quickly and without going through the proper processing of anointing him, let's use that English word, that, okay, from today you are a priest, you can now take care of other people, and the spirits that I have given you can work with you with my voice and my power behind you. They will work with you. Such people go around beginning to proclaim themselves as priests and start to do whatever they have seen, but they were not authorized to do. And if such people set up a Ese for you, Ese being a very important in our Ewe culture, and Ewe and the Fon culture, Ese is the only God that came with you into this world, and it's the only God that is living with you here, and it's the only God who will go back with you. All other things that you are having are coming under your job, Ese. That's why the Ewe say, Esegla, Amegla. If your Ese is powerful, you too, you will be powerful. Esenyu, Amenyu. If your Ese is good, you too, you will have a good life. Esenye Georgie, me Georgie, means if my Ese is happy, I too will be happy. So Ese is very important in every human being's life, not only in every people's life, but for us, essay is a God that created human beings according to each person. It's nature. So people go out saying, oh, I can do say for you, I can do that for you. Oh, I have my essay that, but my essay was carved out of this, my essay was made in this, my essay. Some of the people who teach you or make these essays for you do not know or were not authorized to do the essay. So say I'm going to Amegashi. I have someone even who told me that he has 2 essays. And I was surprised, but he felt that my surprise didn't mean anything, maybe because I didn't know. How can one person have 2 destinies? But to them, it's okay. That's what they believe. So I most of the time I don't argue with you because I'm not the one who taught you, and I don't know what you know. So I cannot argue with you. But if your essay is not properly set up for you, my brothers and my sisters, your life is ruined. It will be better if you do not even try to set it up at all, than to someone to set up a essay that will come and haunt you and disturb you. So please, when you are looking for people to set essay for you or to even remove the negative essay for you, find the proper teacher, a person who knows it, and the person can explain to you for you to understand. Things should not be done in a secrecy or in a dark way, whereby you who they are doing it for, you don't know what they have done for you. You should be able to see what is being done for you, and your teacher should be able to tell you what things go into your essay and why such things have gone into the essay, and the things that the essay is sitting on, and what the purpose for essay to sit on this or to sit on that for you, so that you have to know it. In case your teacher is no more there tomorrow, you should be able to do, should you need any adjustment to whatever you are having, or should your essay break accidentally, you must be able to put it together. What about if your teacher is gone? Who will do it for you? That's why when I am doing essay, I want the people I'm doing essay to be around to see how I started and how I'm forming everything until it is made, so that they can know how to do it for their tomorrow, just in case. But many times, anything can happen, accidents can happen. And if you don't know how to do things that were made for you, your life will be in mess. So I beg you, people who are listening to me, who are fans of Revolution, Voodoo Education, and African Magic Temple, should be very careful. Not that just you see someone saying, I know how to do it, and then you run in and you later regret it. So why should it be and nothing is happening? If essay is set up properly for you, your essay should be able to work with you, because you are not different from your essay. You are the physical and your essay is the psychic world. So the two of you, after setting up of essay, the two of you should unite, whereby your essay gives you information and then you reciprocate that information to your essay on the physical plane. Then you are able to let essay work for you the way it should work for you. You should not have essay and again go through the things that people who do not have essay go through. No. Your essay cannot be set up properly and you will still experience those kind of things. If essay is set up properly, you yourself, you will know that there is something called essay and it will work for you. Thank you very much for listening to my lecture on essay. It is very important because I've been getting calls and messages from people who had also had their essays made, but somehow their essay is rather bringing so much negativity into their life instead of bringing positivity into their life, and their life has been messed up. You know, at the end of the day, such people may turn and say, oh, the essay is not a good thing, because when they made my essay for me, all my life has been messed up. Yes, they are right, because that is how their life became. So I, who has been with this setting for a very long time now, I need to talk about it. I'm not the only one who knows how to do essay. There are so many priestesses who do essay, but a lot of them are just sham and charlatans, scammers, and they just take advantage of your ignorance, take your money, and tell you, or do something for you and give it to you that is say, and you bring it home, and your life will just turn upside down. Instead of going shooting up towards the stars, you will be digging your grave. Thank you very much for listening to me. And then we have Ebenezer Bonso here. Papa, please, we'll be getting reading today if you are available. Yes, Ebenezer, we spoke about it. And when we are done very quickly with the streaming today, then there are so many people whose readings that I have done. Actually, I'm not able to go into detail and break it to them. I know they are waiting, but I've really been under pressure the last 2 weeks, and I've been trying to put myself together, and still there are more calls coming in for readings to be done. Yeah, we are in the new year, and people should do readings about their life and find out what is in the year for them, because the year is an individual year as much as it is a cumulative one, yet still it is also an individual thing, because when I take food and put it in my mouth, it goes into my stomach. It doesn't go into your stomach. Even if the food is put in the same bowl and each one is taken, mine goes into my stomach and yours also goes into your stomach. So it is when you are in a new year. Each and every one of us must find out about what the year holds in store for them. So that's why reading is important. I had a reading after I did all my listening to find out what my year will be. And then I was told something, and I had to go to the bush yesterday to do a ritual to a baobab tree, like I was talking about. That's what my reading for this year told me, the things that I should avoid and what to do. And I should go to the baobab and ask the baobab to stand in my place and help me to move my life forward so that I don't fall. So everybody who is willing should also try to do a reading, not necessarily from us, not necessarily from African Magic Temple, but from any authentic and a very good priest who can do a reading for you and explain things to you so that you can understand better. And then you can make use of that reading to uplift yourself or update yourself or progress your own life from where you stand currently. Thank you very much. That's Ebenezer. And then we go to Godwin Henry. I'm from Nigeria, but I like your teachings. Keep it up, Papa. We're all learning. Thank you. Godwin, I'm very grateful to you for the compliment. May the ancestors continue to bless you and bless your family. Thank you very much. Okay, please put your number as well, at least your number to contact us. Okay, that's a Revolution was saying to, you were saying that? Or he said that one? Okay, he was replying. Our numbers are always there, Henry. Our numbers are always there. When you go into Revolution, African Magic Temple, our numbers are always there. Even the direction to our shrine is there on the social, is on the internet, online. Thank you very much, Henry. And then we have Kini Sedem Daniel. Keep the good work up. It's not easy. Thank you very much, Sedem. We are very grateful to you. Akpe Kakaka. Then we have Shamba Musa Muhammad. Greetings, Papa. Shamba, greetings to you too. How are you doing? And greetings to Mama Yvonne. Please like those messages, like those comments. Yeah, don't just go without liking the comments, please. And then we have our sister Oluchi Osowonke. Wow, Papa, great day with love and peace. Like always, sorry, I didn't come in time. Oh, we just started, Oluchi. We are just starting, so you are not late at all. We're just starting. Then we have Lizzie Ashokai, my sister. Hi, Papa. Next week, for sure, I would love to visit. I hope you and the family are well. Yes, Lizzie, we are. And how are you doing? And how is your mom and your dad? My regards to them all. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. And then we have Candy Fisher. Papa, remove my negative essay. He said, Papa removed my negative essay and set up my positive essay in October. Oh my God, my essay is very active, very life-changing. She has been doing everything to put me on the correct, higher path. Thank you very much, Candy Fisher. We are very grateful. Thank you very much. And then we have Ebenezer Bonso at the down. What are you deleting? And then we have Ebenezer Bonso. So, Papa, when you are doing essay for someone, do you do both negative and positive? And do the person still keep the negative essay? Yes, Ebenezer, when we do essay for people or set up essay for people, the first and foremost thing is to remove the negative essay. And the negative essay is not supposed to be with you because it is negative. There's a way that we send the negative essay off to its world where it can have its own life. We try to remove it or align it so that it goes away from you. Because if it is negative, why should you keep the negativity again? We are supposed to put the negative somewhere and lock it away or send it into its negative world. Then, when the positive is set for you, the positive is the one that remains with you and is the one that empowers you and the one that you will empower, and then it will then empower your life. That's how it is. No one keeps negative essay with them. You only keep the positive one. Thank you, Ebenezer. Then we have Michael Opoku. Hello, Mike. How are you? Thank you very much. How is life? Greetings, Papa. Getting more knowledge. Thank you for the teaching. I'm very grateful, Michael. Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have, our contact number and everything is there. Our address and everything is there. So please, if you want to get to us online or on the phone or WhatsApp, everything is there. We are always having our numbers online. Then Ifa Sakin Alao, the voice of understanding. I think this one came already. So thank you very much, Ifa Sakin. Ashe, that's thank you for Ifa Sakin Alao. We are very happy for that comment. Then we are coming back to YouTube. Which one is the new one? Please, let me see. Okay, now we come to Mario Young. Thank you, Daddy, for the explanation. Okay, then Mario again. Mario Young again. Daddy, your knowledge is impeccable. We are grateful for sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you very much, Mario. That's why I came into this world to be able to teach. And then I have Linda Thomas Jones. Hello, Linda. Good afternoon and blessings to you. Thank you for your lessons. Thank you very much, Linda, for joining us and listening to us. And then this Mama Fashi. Thank you very much, Mama Fashi. I always enjoy listening to you because it is straightforward. Thank you, my big sister. I'm very grateful. We are done for this now.
Okay.
Then we have Shogo Benga. Good lecture, sir. More grace to your elbow. Shogo, thank you very much. I'm very grateful to you for joining us this afternoon. And then we have something like that one. Do we see? Okay, it has been done. Thank you very much, everybody who is joining us this afternoon. Please keep your questions coming in so that the little time we have, we should use it for maximum benefit. Thank you all. And anybody inside the gallery here wants to ask any question, you can also ask your question. You don't need to go online. You can ask and they will attend to you. Not now. You wait. When he gets question, you will call us. We'll let you know. So yesterday we were at the bush trying to. I know there are some rituals that are done, or vosa that are done, which does not need any animal sacrifice whatsoever. So that's what we did yesterday. And after we did that, we had some direct experiences immediately after doing those things. Then we realized that what we did actually came, and it is very active and serious. Thank you very much. And I want to use this moment today to send my sincere condolences to the family of Bokor Bullet and our teacher who passed on some time ago, Bokor Bullet's father, Tobe Osofo Jivenu Aja. Yesterday he was buried in the village, and I was trying to go, but certain issues came around and they rendered me very, very impossible to be able to go. But then I'm using this my platform today and saying thank you to Bokor Bullet and his elder brothers, the sisters, and the mothers, and the whole families of uncles and aunties who had put hands together to lay our father to rest. May his soul rest in the bosom of his ancestors and the gods of our fathers. I wish him a safe journey, and I wish him a quick return into the world to continue teaching what he was teaching us before leaving us abruptly. Baba, nami kata, maune yira mi bobore akwena ni bemi wodo. Togbi Bullet akwena ni kakakake mi bakwen novio po matopete wado baba nani. Okay, then we have Leslie Omar. Happy New Year, Daddy. Yes, Leslie, how are you? Happy New Year. Daddy, please, why is alligator pepper used in most initiation, and what is its benefit in spirituality? You know, in Ewe, we call it Ata, Evi, Lobo, the Trinity. Ata, Evi, Lobo. Give me a Lobo. Where can we get? It's in one of my bags. And we have a V. I think I have a tie in my pocket. So, the Lobo to okay. Oh no, they have plenty. You know, a V. A Lobo, a V. I can't match a V cover. The one in my pocket has broken. Okay, it's there, but get a fresh one, much better fresh one. So for the question that was asked, I want to explain the things, okay? There we are. Yes, that was Leslie Omar from Singapore. Yes, Leslie, they will go and get the other FV, but I will explain the significance of these three in Voodoo. I don't know whether other cultures also use it like that, but I believe strongly that the Yorubas also will use the same. This is Atakui or Ata, Veve, Aduve, okay, Aduve. And this is what is called the alligator pepper. The alligator pepper. Can they see it well? Bring the camera so that it should be something anybody who is watching us should see. Okay. This is the alligator pepper called Atakui. Some Eves call it Ata. Some people call it Veve. And some Eves call in different Ewe dialects, some people call it Aduve. So the same thing has so many Ewe words for it. Because the Ewe language is a dialect, we have so many dialects that make the Ewe language. But then each dialect can understand the other one, and because they are all speaking Ewe anyway. So this is ata kui, ata, aduve, veve. That is one. And then this is a V. It's a kind of cola. But this cola it's not like a cola that you can just break into two. It's a cola that have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even sometimes 9 faces. So when you break a V like this, I don't know how many faces it is, but if I should break a V, a V like this, okay, this is many V in Euro. Go to hey, Mikovelo. Okay, this is a V. So if I should break this a V, you see that it will, okay. These ones are breaking into 2. So a V can be broken into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7, and sometimes 9. Okay, a V, but which one is only 2 faces? Okay, we have another one here, which is also a V, the same a V. Now this one, you can see it breaks into 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, some break into 4, 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, and even sometimes 9 faces. So this is a V. Let me say, okay, I put this one here, a V. And then this is Lobo, but the real word is actually a Nigerian word, Oworogbo. But then the Eves adulterated the name into Lobo, but the real word is Orogbo in Yoruba, which people call the bitter cola. And the Hausa people call it Mijingoro. Okay, these 3 in Ewe spirituality forms the Trinity, the base of our spirituality. So if you are going to call upon the divine being, you need either one out of these 3, you need 1 or sometimes 2, and even sometimes all the 3 to be able to invoke, depending on the energy you are trying to invoke. Then you will know whether to use only the atakui or the alligator pepper. Sometimes you only use the V, and sometimes it is the O, but sometimes it will be a V and O, and sometimes it will be a V and ata, and sometimes it is ata and O, or all the 3. So that is why when you are doing Voodoo or doing African traditional spirituality, these 3 things are very, very, very important. Without them, you cannot empower energies, or you cannot even call on the divine being to be able to listen or answer you. So this is the reason why atakwi or alligator pepper is very important. They form the base of our Ewe Yeve or Voodoo. So we say ata evilobo. Always they say ata evilobo. Ata evilobo. Ata evilobo. That's how the Eves say. So these 3 are the Trinity in our cosmology. They form the God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost, as in the Christian term. Thank you. Let's go to Kojo Mensa. What is it? Okay, you changed there. Okay, let's go on. Then we have Kojo Mensa. Good afternoon, Toby. Watching from Catonsville, Maryland, with my little girl. Thank you very much, Kojo Mensa. And thanks for the teaching. We really appreciate you. May our ancestors grant you good health and prosperity. May the same go back to you and your family, Kojo. I'm very grateful. Mario Young again, Daddy, what is the kola nut used for in voodoo? The kola nut is used to make voodoo, or it's used sometimes you chew it and you have to speak. When you chew it and speak certain words, those words take physical effects immediately. So that it is the things that make the base of our Ewe traditional spirituality. So it's just like a catalyst. When you are in the laboratory, in the science laboratory, you want a reaction. Remove it from my face directly. You are doing an experiment to do something like a chemical reaction in the lab. Okay, let's say you are trying to create salt, which is the sodium chloride, which is sodium and chlorine coming together to create sodium chloride. You need to put certain thing that is called a catalyst to create that reaction. So this the cola, these ones are the catalysts to create changes when you have what we call besa. Besa can be termed as a word miracle, or can also be termed as mantra. You can also call it as holy words if you want. But we in Ewe, we call it besa. The word be means the sound or the voice, and then sa means to bind something with your voice. Besa, you binded something with your voice. So that's what it means in Ewe. The Ewe word be means word or language, and to sa is to bind. So besa means to bind something with your voice, with your language, with a word. So that's what is used. That's why these things are used in our traditional Ewe cosmology. Thank you very much. And then we have Ashelia Jevesia. Grande Papa to you and your family. May the ancestors continue to bless you with long life as love. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shelia. We are very grateful. And may the ancestors also continue to bless you and your family with long life and prosperity. Leslie Omar is saying thank you so much, Papa. Leslie, you are very much welcome. That's all for now. Do you have yesterday's video on the tree thing? Anybody? I'll say you push it. You don't have. It should be on my phone, so you can play some small part of the how I was doing the ritual. It's on my phone. My phone is there. Serum should be able to. Anyway, first look at it and see if it is the quality is good for showing. Even if it's not very good quality, we should be able to show part of these things. That not all rituals you are expecting to kill an animal. Some rituals are dry rituals that don't need any sacrifice of any animal or anything whatsoever. So that is where these things sometimes come in. The Ata, Awo, and Evi also represent those animals and sacrifice that we do. Take the one that I was putting the corn flour around the tree.
in the Western ceremonial magic, which I'm sure you might have had a lot of study in, they do a lot of work with sigils. So we assume that deities have sigils or seals, or in the Orisha part, some call it Vivek. In the Ewe Vodu, do we have seals or sigils for some of those entities?
I was trying to explain this one a few weeks back. That in Ewe Vodu, we have seals which people call veve. They use the veve. So the real veve is what do you call it? What is made with corn flour, and that corn flour is used in drawing certain symbols, very much as in Haitian voodoo. The Ewes also have, but we most of the time is either just a circle, just the circle, or a cross. Most of the time, we will just do a circle and a cross, and that alone covers everything. Because what does a circle represent? A circle represents God, that has a never-ending, whatever you call it, never-ending circle or flow, a never-ending flow. A circle represents that never-ending flow, which in our cosmology represents God. And also, I think in astrology, that also represents the sun. Because the sun is the energy that powers the earth for life. So if you go into astrology, you will see that the sun is also represented by a circle and a dot in the center of the circle. So in every West African voodoo or every voodoo of West Africa, we are mostly using circle to represent most of these veves or things that people do. We will just use the veve, which is the corn flour prepared with some other things, to make a circle, and that's it. So when you make that circle, you have already entered everything that is necessary. And then the cross represent that 4 cardinal points of the earth, north, east, south, west. So those are the things that are used mostly in every voodoo that I am aware of. But then there are some few other people who also know how to draw some other symbols, like an arrow, especially when we are burning the gunpowder. When we do a ritual and we need to move a gunpowder, they may make an arrow to the direction to which they want the spirit to go. And so when the gunpowder fires to that direction, means it is taken off, like how people throw a spear or an arrow. So those are the basic ones. But the Haitian voodoo has a lot of symbols, sigils, and seals of different things, which we, the Ewes, most of us do not know, and our fathers didn't really teach us much into those symbols, because ours is more of the herbs. You go to a herb, you take the or corn flour and make a circle around that herb. And what's the purpose, and what's the reason, and what's the meaning of making a circle around that herb? Simply, you are telling that herb that today you have become the supreme God. So use your power and help me to achieve what I want to achieve. So most of the time, the circle will go around this herb, and then you go in and pick the other herbs. And when you bring those herbs back home, you now use them and you will achieve. But the Haitians, most of the Haitians are also from West Africa, from Benin, from the Ewe stock. That's why their names, some of the names, which are original names of the Haitians, like people calling somebody Ati. What is Ati in Ewe? Tree. Ati. So when someone who has gone in a higher position or has contributed to the community and is responsible for a whole lot of things, especially on the spiritual part and also on the social discipline, they call that person Ati, which means that person has become like a big tree where other people can lie or twigs and other things can surround and survive. So in Ewe we call Ati, but then when we call a big tree, call a tree Ati. But then when the tree is very big, we call it what? Atiga. So in Haitian Voodoo, they call people Hunga. Hunga. But because they have this French background of making the word H, when it starts a word, the letter H or the alphabet H, when it starts a word in French, it becomes silent. So instead of calling the person Huga, they started calling Uga. And a lot of people in the diaspora, because they are not from this background, the language-wise, they don't know what really it means. And so I was initiated into Uga. What is Uga? There's nothing called Uga in every. So most of the Haitians are also, whatever they are practicing in Haiti, originated from Africa, because it was not the Haitians who came to Africa to teach the Africans Voodoo, but rather it was Africans who were sent there that Voodoo started from. So there is no argument to say that Haitians started Voodoo before Africans, because there was nothing came from them to us here. It was we who, rather, through the illegal exporting of our people, that the culture and the wisdom of Voodoo ended up in that place. So for them to really know this, they have also, because there were other cultures and other people, not only in the Eves, people from the Bantu, people from the Host, and other Fulani, and all these people were also mixed up with the people who were sent illegally through the infamous slave trade. Those influences over time entered into Voodoo, and then it becomes like everything that is done is called Voodoo. But if we want to say it in its real form, then it's Voodoo, but it is not, all of them is not the Voodoo from West Africa or from the Ewe land. That is why the Haitian Voodoo is a little bit different from the home Voodoo of the Ewes or the four people. But I know most of them also know that their ancestors came from West Africa, and some are even tracing their roots back to the Ewe land, and they can affiliate and associate with that Ewe culture when they look back at how their ancestors or their fathers have taught them about certain things, which is the way of the life of Ewes in general. So the Western ceremonial magic, as you are talking about, is full of symbols and all this thing. But that is more of a Kabbalistic thing that has become ceremonial magic. But Kabbalah is very, very active, just like how Voodoo is. And you can, those things are also okay. I have practiced also those things. Sometimes I talk about the sales of this. So even with the Voodoo that we are having, if we are able to identify them in the Kabbalistical way, we can equally use those seals, sigils, and the signatures of these spirits. Once you know, like we know that Jopata is Archangel Camille. So if we trace Archangel Camille into the Kabbalah, we know the symbols, the days, and the figures that comprises that archangel. So if we use that symbols and everything to work Jopata or any other spirit that we can trace its not origin but link to the Kabbalistical or to go to the Hindu one, we can use it. But for me, it is easy using the Gbesa and using herbs to achieve that thing than to be drawing circles and drawing symbols. Because for us, we can say it now and it happens and people start falling down. It's not like you have to go and be lighting candles and be dancing and clapping. You can say it now and boom, it happened. And everybody can see it happening. This is the power of Voodoo in West Africa. The real Voodoo. There's so many fake ones also there, even in Benin. People putting toys and putting electronic things into them for them to be moving, and people think that the Voodoo is moving. No Voodoo can move on its own. That is the truth. But because Voodoo has become a tourism attraction or tourist attraction, and people are coming there to see something happening. So these are our brothers and sisters have found a way to fool the people by inculcating electronics into objects and pretending that their voice is making the Voodoo to act, but meanwhile it is just electronic. For the truth is that no Voodoo, no matter how powerful that Voodoo is, cannot move by itself. That's why sometimes this is an unbetter thing. For me, I'm a magician. I am an illusionist. So when I see all these things and people believe that it is a spirit that is walking around, for me, as an illusionist and a magician, I don't see it. But then it is not my place to tell people whether it is real or it is not real. But for my own self, I see it as a magical display. Excuse me. As it is done in the West, where magic is taught on TV, magic is taught in schools or in clubs, and people use magic just for entertainment to bring other people to laugh and have fun. Here in this part, because we are not so exposed to what magic is, so the few people who know magical tricks try to put these magical tricks into their line, try to use it to deceive people. Yeah, that's the correct word. To deceive and fool people to think that they have power. Yes, they may have power, which is through the natural way of using Voodoo, which will take nature to react. But here you go into some people's shrines, they touch the wall and there's something talking inside the wall. So I get a gay, or I get a dwarf. It's all lies. It's all lies. I have traced the root of dwarfs when I grew up for almost about 15 years, trying to find out about dwarfs and work with them. But I finally came to the conclusion that most of them is lie. The people just use lot of people hiding in curtains and hiding in rooms before you get there, or hiding in holes, putting pipes under the shrine, and somebody sitting in another room and making noise, and you who is sitting in the shrine hearing something, thinking the spirit is talking. No spirit talks with their mouth. They can only talk to your mind and your brain. Finish. And it is why we call the extrasensory perceptive ability or candidates, people who have that nature. They can easily pick that language of the spirit and be able to translate it into voice and normal voice for people to understand. When you go into any shrine or any place and people start to show you, they open here now, there's no money. Then they put some powder and cover it. By the time they open it, the money appears. It's lie. Those things are not real. Those are tricks. They are magical. They are nothing more than magical tricks that are supposed to be used to entertain people. But here, our people are putting them into the mainstream of voodoo. And I feel sorry for such people and for voodoo in general. For what reason? Because if people become more aware that these things are tricks, they will begin to lose hope in the tradition of our ancestors that, oh, so those things that our ancestors were doing were all tricks, which in reality were not tricks. Because when I call an energy here and I call it upon you, it is not me who is going to come and be shaking you. The energy on you, you yourself will begin to feel the shaking and you cannot control yourself. That's why sometimes we have to come and hold the person so that the person doesn't fall down and hurt themselves. And it is not that people in my shrine who are vibrating or shaking. Even an outsider who is just coming for initiation. This is the reality of voodoo. If it is real, it must act and it must be real. But because a lot of people do not really have the real thing, or they may have the real thing, but they don't know how to pass it on, to present it and pass it on to other people, they are adding tricks, magical entertainment tricks to it, just like Hollywood, to make voodoo look like a magic. Voodoo is not magic. Voodoo is nature at play. By knowing the word, like I was talking about Besa, when you speak the word, if the word is powerful, you see that it starts acting. And that's what the word miracle, whatever you call it, is like. So it's a pity that our people are using magic, and a lot of people get drawn to such kind of trickish things and illusions. And if they come to you and you are not doing those kind of things, they think that you don't know or you are not powerful, but it doesn't really matter. I know what I teach, and I know the people that I taught. If they are having experiences with what I taught them, then I am okay. I'm not here to demonstrate power to anyone, to tell people how much I know or how much I don't know. I am only here to teach and teach the real thing according to what my fathers and my ancestors taught me. So those and all this, majority of them are all lies. I'm sorry to say so. I'm not spoiling their business for them, but it is true. Because I asked my old man, why is it that he didn't have a dwarf? He said, no, he didn't want them. Because he heard that they were beating people. That's what he said. But he didn't want to go deep into it to say that those things are tricks. So there are real dwarfs. I myself personally had seen a dwarf when I was a child. It was not with any shrine. It was not at any shrine. I went to the toilet in my grandfather's toilet, in a pit toilet, in the afternoon alone, and then I saw the thing riding on a small horse. I thought it was a horse because I didn't even know what horse was. It was in the cocoa forest at my grandfather's. I think I was about 6 or 7 years old or somewhere there. and I saw it. So later, when the thing passed me by, before I became really aware that what is it, then I chased it, and I couldn't find it again. That was not done by any shrine or in anybody's shrine whereby curtains are moving and people are speaking some languages, and it's all to fool you and collect your money. The majority of these people are thieves. Sorry to say. When you go to some shrines and the person says he's calling at what's the person's ear? The back of the ear. You see that because that's what is called ventriloquism in the West. Ventriloquist, people who speak in the throat without opening their mouth. If you have seen some on stages in the world, somebody will carry a puppet, and then the person will be talking to the puppet, and puppet will be talking back. Actually, that puppet could not talk or cannot talk. But when the person speaks with his mouth finished, he now speaks in his throat. But that sound from his throat can sound like a voice coming from the puppet, because you are not seeing the person's lips moving. You will think that it's the puppet that was talking. And that's what a lot of our people do in the shrine and say they are calling again. And we hear bling, 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 bling. It's all lies. No, let's face reality. We are teaching tradition. We don't want to fool people. We are not deceiving people. We want African tradition to remain. That's my vision, that the Voodoo tradition should remain and be there for generations yet unborn to come and make good use of it as we are using it now. Not that one day someone will say Voodoo was just lies. That's why churches became plenty, because a lot of people got deceived, and then it is easier for them to come to church where they don't bring any chicken in their hand. They don't bring goat, they don't bring papa, they don't bring anything. So when they go to church, it's easy. They don't cook any jeple. Yeah, you just go and then you listen to pastor finish. If you have 1 penny, you drop inside. There you go home. Than to say the Voodoo priest, hey, I guess you want to chop chicken. No, hey, grand. You have to find the chicken, otherwise he will kill you. Why should Voodoo kill you? What have you done wrong? What have you done wrong that Voodoo should kill you? Even human beings, before they will decide that you should die, they have to find a fault and then judge you. How much more spirits who are more pure than we human beings will just decide to kill you just because you didn't bring chicken? No, it's not like that. But that's how our people have presented this, our tradition, and put fear into people. So everybody run away and go to church. It's easy to carry Bible, whether it's working or it's not working, it's fine. Just hold it in your armpit. When the politicians want to swear on the Bible, you think they are afraid of the Bible. They know there's no power in it. When they want to swear on the Quran, they are not afraid because they know there's no power in it. But they hold it very abruptly, they hold it uprightly and say, yes, I swore by this book that if I should steal public money, let me die. Or they don't say I die. They don't say I will die, but because they don't want to die, so they want to live so they can enjoy their wealth. That I swear, they say, are you sure that you hold your office in NDC? They say, yes, I do. Finish. You are gone. Go and carry this thing. This small I carry and say, I swear by this spirit that I will not do any evil. If I am in this position, I will, and then go against it and wait for 1 year whether you will be alive. It will judge you by your own word. The words that you yourself you have pledged that you will do and you will follow, and if you go against it by using it to cheat and deceive people, nature will not forgive you. No. So it is easy to go to church because there's no truth in it. We keep deceiving ourselves. We all know we are telling lies to ourselves, but we just like it that way. It's easier than going to hold chicken in your hand. So only the bold People who really want the truth, who are real truth seekers, are the ones who are coming back to this path because they are tired with the lies. But it is also caused by our people who had used this tradition to cheat people, deceive people, to put fear into people. So people become afraid to come closer to any spirit. Spirit will not just get up and kill you for doing nothing. It is their duty to protect and defend you and help you to grow. But if they give you certain rules and regulations and tell you that, please don't do this, because if you are doing this, I cannot work with you. Meanwhile, you want to work with the spirit and you keep doing such thing, the spirit will decide to leave you. But if you keep bothering the spirit, I pay money and I got you to work for me and you are not working and this and that, then the spirit will realize that you are just trying to worry it and will kill you. Then matter finish. So voodoo doesn't just kill, spirits don't just kill people because they are they make, even if you make mistakes, spirits are there to forgive you how many times until you realize yourself. But if you cannot change, that is only when they'll get angry too. My spirits get angry with me sometimes. I mean, if they get angry with me, I know I don't go near them. I find a way to know what to do before going near them. And sometimes when I go near them, they say, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, we'll punish you by this, by that, go and get this, get that, and appease us. And I do. And then we are brothers and sisters again, we are friends again, and we keep working. Just like human beings. Spirits are just like us, but only because we don't see them physical, that's why we don't know that whether they are here or they are not here. In this room where we are now, there's also here. That's my teachers who are here. So when you are asking me questions and I'm answering, it's them who is giving me information for me to be able to answer your questions. You are all welcome. Yes, let's go back to the questions now. So, my good people out there, don't let anybody fool you that they have voodoo and the voodoo is started walking and is holding cutlass and doing like this. It's a lie. No voodoo can move any part of its body because it's made of mud. How can something that is made up of mud start or wood or whatever plants and start to move itself? Unless they put electronic inside. Even car, if they make the whole car that they construct in factory, if they don't put engine inside and put fuel inside, it's not going anywhere unless people push it. Is it not so? So why should we be fooled that voodoo did anybody see God before? The prophets who said they saw God or they heard God, that is their palaver. When we are here, nobody has seen God. We can only feel. We can only hear Him through our psychic minds and all these things. But you're talking in your ear, like I'm talking to you, then that God must be a very powerful God. Where people will tell you, oh, God told me to tell you. Why did they see God? Every day they wake up and they see you and they say, brother, God said I should tell you something. Where do you know me from? You know, why God didn't tell me Himself? Why should He tell you before you tell me? That means you are trying to tell me that you are purer than me. And God can talk to you and cannot talk to me. Okay, let's go. Papa, can you explain feeding our ancestors? My Ese told me she didn't like me feeding one of my ancestors and to stop pouring the libation. Yes, Kadi, you are very right. I also have the same problem like you. There are some people who had been my teachers in the past. They were my teachers. No two ways about them. But my spirits, even the spirits that they had introduced to me, stopped me from feeding them. So it is with our, don't move that thing away. Let me finish before you move up. So it is also with our ancestors. Take, for instance, an ancestor that was very bad towards your birth. Maybe when your mother and your father got married, then just say maybe like a scenario. That ancestor or that family member that was alive at that time did not agree and was doing everything to stop this marriage or to break this marriage down or to create impediments on the path of your parents or even before they became your parents not to succeed. Why should they die today and then you will be pouring libation for them? No. But because you are a child, you don't know them well, or even maybe you grew up to know them before they passed on. If your essay is real, it cannot allow you to feed them because they were not good for your coming into this existence. Or even when you came, they did not like you from your childhood to succeed. So there is no need to pour any libation for them. Let them be hungry and be thirsty. When they come back to life next time, they will behave well. So you don't feel anything bad about feeding ancestors that when your ancestors don't feed them. Don't feed them. Don't feed them at all. Because there are some people in my family, I don't feed them. Even when their name come in my mouth, I close my mouth quickly. I don't want to mention their name. Because they have not done anything good for me. They wish me death. Why should I be giving them life? Because when we pour libation or we feed our ancestors, what we are trying to do is actually trying to empower their energies so that their energy will then turn to empower us on the physical plane to succeed in the things that we are trying to succeed in. So if that ancestor had been an enemy to you or to your parents or even to your grandparents or whoever, why should you empower that person? Do you think because he's dead so he's not coming to empower you on this physical plane? No, it's not coming to do that. So there is no need to feed the ancestors that your spirits or your job say or destiny say you shouldn't feed. Don't feed them. There's nothing wrong with it. We feed our ancestors in order for them to empower us. We empower them by feeding so that they will then tend to empower us on the physical plane to achieve the challenges or to overcome the challenges that we are facing. That's all that it is. Feeding of ancestors, if you look at it, at the end of the day, we, the human beings, are the one who eat most of the food. And it is only the residue or the bottom of what we kept for them or keep for them is what we send to them. We eat the rest of the food and later we call their name that will feed you. And then, but then when you do it, you begin to see the changes happening in your life on the physical plane. So if there is an ancestor who your spirit say you shouldn't feed, please don't feed them. You are not doing any harm to yourself. You are rather helping yourself. But why feed an enemy who will come and kill you? Don't do it. Thank you very much, Kadi. Hope that explains something. Then we have a Bella Jidepo Bacha. Someone please bring Papa water. Oh yes, thank you, the Jidepo. They brought me some water. He should always have water by him that he can easily access to drink. All this we're talking to us. Yes, I know. They usually can eat now, so they brought me some water. Thank you, Jidepo. I'm very grateful. Then we have a Christian Drowsy T. Greetings from London. Thank you very much, Christian. Greetings to you too. Happy New Year. Then we have again Bella. Hello, you all see the way he finished the water. Please keep some Bye for him always. Thank you, Jidepo. I pay. Then we have Paul McDonald. Papa, greetings. My mother has passed years now, but I want to connect to her. How do I do? How do I? Do I do an altar, photo, just talk in the air, libation? Please guide me to connect with my deceased mother. Okay, Paul, what you do first is you start with pouring of libation. When you wake up, you first start by pouring libation, and in libation pouring, you mention your mother's name and tell her you love her, and you are giving her water to drink so that she should have peace wherever she is in the universe. So you start with that. Then you will now do a reading to ask your mother what she wanted you to do for her. So by doing a reading, if the person who is doing the reading is good, the person should be able to connect with your mother through the reading and then let you know what your mother wanted you to do or wants you to do for her. Maybe just by keeping her photograph, like I kept my old man's photograph, but I don't keep it in my room actually. It's not because I don't want to keep it there. But it's okay. I wake up every morning, I pray to him and tell him that the day has started and I wanted him to be my guide. Somebody give a chair for me. I wanted him to guide me through the day so that his words and his voice should be my voice, and he should bring wisdom into my mind, so when I meet people and I'm dealing with people, his wisdom should guide me so that I should be able to attend to people successfully, and anyone who will pass through my hands, whatever I will do for them should be something that will benefit those people and keep his great name alive. That's how I do. I wake up every dawn and I do my prayers and I pray to my ancestors. So that way you can connect with your mother either by putting setting up an altar later after doing a reading. Then you will know exactly what your mother would want you to do for her. Then there you are connected, and by you begin to feel her in your daily activities or in your daily life. Then you can know that she's always there. My mother, if there's going to be any difficulty in my life or whatever may happen, anything bad is going to happen, I will see my mother in a dream. My mother died about 22 years ago, but I still see her from time to time in my dreams. I think even yesterday, before I traveled in the bush, I saw my mother, and then the things that follow in the whole day was a testimony that she just came to caution me to be very careful. So if you connect with your mother through those things, slowly, you begin to feel her. So Paul, I think that's where you should start from. And as time goes on, if you feel like getting initiated or getting initiation in such a way that you can connect with the psychic world properly, then you look for a good teacher who can initiate you and guide you on the spiritual path. See, spirituality is such that it's not just an ordinary imagination. Spirituality is action oriented. Without action, prayer is useless. So when you are praying, there should be action or rituals that you use or do to complement the prayer, and then your prayer will become active and manifest, materialize for you. So a lot of time people just say, "Oh, pray for me." They will pray for me. You pray, but every prayer should be accompanied by an action, a ritual, a vosa, or ebo in order to make it materialize. Without that, you are not. That's why I also advise people that when you are not ready to do a ritual of a reading, don't do a reading at all. Because when you do a reading and you don't do the accompanying vosa that comes with it, you are even adding more coal to your fire already on your head. Okay, thank you very much, Paul McDonald. And let us know where you are calling or sending messages from. We have Paul saying thank you very much. Thank you too. I think we have that's YouTube or Facebook. Okay, Facebook. And here I think Mario, that explanation was on point. That it was okay. That I think we have somebody there. Yeah, someone came down say Hungly Julia. Okay, Julia, how are you? Are you still around or you are gone? Hello, Papa. Do you think there is a relationship between Voodoo and other traditional practices around the world? Yes, of course there is. Because Voodoo simply means, Julia, Voodoo simply means spirit in every language. So anywhere in the world or everywhere in the world, people do spiritual practices. Traditional spiritual practices are done in every culture around the world. They may not call it Voodoo, but if we Ewes are going to call that spiritual practice in that tradition, we will say the Voodoo of those people, or how those people are doing their Voodoo. Because in every word, the word Voodoo simply means a spirit. So wherever there are spiritual practices, and for sure, there are the whole world in every culture, even all to Eskimo land, to the Andes Mountains and Machu Picchu, and all those people around the world, to Japan, to Korea, to China. Go to the what do they call the people in New Zealand? The more there's a name for them. The Maori. The Maoris do spiritual practice, and that is Voodoo, because they call upon their ancestors in special dances and drummings and singings, going towards the ocean. People in the Hawaii goes and call to the mountains and all kind of things to invoke their energy. That is Voodoo. So, Julia, Voodoo is having the same relationship between any other spiritual culture in the world. None is exempted. All, whether with white people or green people or yellow people or black people, Voodoo is Voodoo. That's why when people say that black people shouldn't teach Voodoo to white people, when the question came up that should black people teach Voodoo to white people, people will say, no, and you don't know what Voodoo is. And you say, no. Who say white people don't have Voodoo? If white people have the word spirit in their language, then you know that they have Voodoo. But I see when you are not well taught about what Voodoo is, you would think that Voodoo belongs only to the Ewes. Voodoo belongs to the whole world. But in our Ewe language and the four language of Dahomey, we call it Voodoo, which again means Vo, which means liberty, freedom. Do means community or a town. So Voodoo also means to that which will liberate a community. So the spirit that liberates a community is called Voodoo or Voodoo. So that is what Voodoo is. So yes, we have traditional relationship with all the spiritual things in the world. I am Campbell. Should you pray to ancestors even if they were a Christian when they were alive, never believe in ancestral worship? Yes, Ian Campbell, because they are our ancestors. Have you ever heard about what do you call them? The Catholics. we do something we call mass for the dead people. It's the same. That they organize a special prayer and they call the dead people that they are empowering them by doing this, we call it Misa in Ewe, Misa, which is done. So what is different between the Christian Misa and our ancestral this thing that we pour libation to them and call upon them that we want them to have peace in their death and empower us? There's nothing different. So even if the people were not Christians, even if they were Christians before they died, they are your ancestors anyway. When they were coming into this world, they didn't have any religion. So when they go back into the world they are in, there is no religion that they have. The religion, they came to meet it here and they will leave it here. It is not even take them to the grave like yard. It's only the people who are alive who are thinking that that thing is taking the man to the graveyard. When you die, you become pure again. You go back to where you belong, where you came from. And people can pray for you in any language, in any culture. And if the prayer is active, you will feel it, even if your spirit is, your body is dead. So, yes, you can pray to your ancestors, even if they were Christians, because your ancestors are your ancestors. It doesn't, being Christian does not stop them from being your ancestor. It does not stop them from being your father or being your mother or relative. They can be anything. They are still your ancestors. But see, that one thing people are not understanding who an ancestor is and who is not an ancestor. Spirits like Abochi, like Akai, like Tobi Jopata, they are not ancestors. So we don't call those things ancestors. So a lot of people make mistake by calling spirits ancestors. Spirits are not your ancestors at all. They can be your ancestral spirits, in the sense that there were spirits that were working with your ancestors. So they become an ancestral spirit of a household, a community, a town, or a family. For instance, if you have Voodoo Da in your family, and your ancestors had worked with Voodoo Da for many years before you were born, and there is a high possibility that when you were born, they even prayed to that Voodoo Da for you to be alive. So this Voodoo Da that is in your family has become an ancestral spirit, but it's not your ancestor. Your ancestors are people who are sharing the same, or people who you share the same DNA with. They are your ancestors. Spirits are not your ancestors, and Vodus are not your ancestors in whatever way. It is the people you share your bloodline with are the people you call ancestors. Sometimes you can pray to friends and include them to ancestors because they've passed on, or close family relatives because they passed on, because they are kind of connected to you when they were alive. You can pray to them because they have passed on. So they are, of course, they are also ancestors of somebody, and you can pray to them. They may not be your direct ancestors, but you can pray to them. But Voodoo and spirits are not your ancestors. There could be ancestral spirits of your ancestors. Then we have again Julia again, Kim Mensa, saying, fine, thank you. I'm still in Ghana. Okay, Julia, thank you very much. We are happy New Year to you, and wish you all the best. Then we have Julia again. Okay, that is, thank you for the explanation. You are very welcome. Then Ewe Vodu is saying what? Is there anything? Okay. This is Facebook now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then Paul McDonald again is saying, Papa, I have dreamt I was a child asking my mother, who was dressed in dark green, how to make cornmeal. In reality, I don't cook it. Eat it and so on. But I found this dream strange. Okay, Paul, it could be something that your mother is probably telling you. One question I will ask you is that when your mother was alive, did she like cornmeal? That's one thing. Because cornmeal is what we eat in Africa. Apple. Huh? Apple. The Kenya people call it ugali. And other Africans have different names for it. We in Africa, we eat corn and cornmeal, banku, kenke, all is made out of corn. So it's cornmeal. So you should find out whether your mother likes cornmeal when she was alive. If so, she was probably telling you to feed her with cornmeal. So you must do a reading to find out what your mother is trying to tell you, just like what I said earlier. So maybe she is just telling you to go and cook a cornmeal for her. But then you can only find out from a reading. Then you will know the reality of what the dream is telling you. Thank you very much, Paul. Hope this one will kind of relieve you and then explain certain things to you or give a meaning to your dream. Thank you very much, Paul. Yes, we did cornmeal as a family. Okay, so your mother is probably asking you to prepare cornmeal for her. Then that means you have to do ancestral feeding. These are the things that spirits talk. This is how our ancestors communicate to us if we are not doing any serious spiritual practices, which is like organized spiritual practices. But then the ancestors can come and teach you, or they teach you in dreams. That's why even when in our, especially in the Ewe, the central Ewe people, our people are not into fa and all these things. We are into dreams and cowering, and also possession. That is what most of our central Ewe, where I come from, we are not very much into fa. We are into pure psychic divinations and I would say so, psychic divination. So when they are initiating you or putting you in a place, they pray to the ancestors that they should come and talk to you in dreams. That's how our people pray to you when they are initiating you or placing you in charge of any traditional medicine. The elders will pray that the ancestors themselves should come and inspire you in dream and teach you how to be in charge of the things that they have handed to you. And truly, when you have dreams, you see people telling you what to do. And if you put one or two together, you will be able to understand. So it is probably your mother is asking you to cook a cornmeal for her. Then Paul, okay, thank you very much, Papa. You are welcome, Paul. Thank you very much. And then where are we now? And then, okay, Julia also said, thank you for explanation. Then we have Ian Campbell. Do you believe in a judgment after death? No. Ian, we are not Christians. Christianity or religious people believe that you die before you will be judged. Who is going to judge you? It's you who is going to judge yourself. If you do good in a hiding place, you know, even if no one sees you, and it is only you who sees yourself, your inner self, your essay, your destiny has seen you, so that one is recorded, and it will punish you here. And if you die without taking all the punishment, you come back and here and pay. Nobody works in GNTC and go and take salary in UTC. You cannot work in Leventis and come to another company and collect your salary. Where you work, that's where they pay you. So if you do bad, you will get the bad coin. And if you do good, you get a good coin. So watch your actions and watch the things you say. Don't just act in a void and think that you are alone and maybe before you die, you will tell Jesus that you will repent. It's a lie. He will punish you. God doesn't forgive. Nature doesn't forgive. If somebody tells you nature forgives, person deceives you. You will pay. But maybe the time you are paying, you have forgotten the action you are taking. That's why you think that somebody else is doing something to you. You will pay. Yes, and where are we again? That's why it is only now. What is the time now? How many hours have we done? Is it up to 3 hours? Are you for sure? Because we started late. We were playing the video and all this thing back. So is it 4 o'clock now? 4:21. Okay. So good people out there, I hope and pray that I was able to answer some of your questions. And if you are not very satisfied with the answers that I gave you, please we can continue the conversation online, and I can take my time and respond to your questions. I thank you very much for joining us today, and may the ancestors continue to help you. Oh, I'm going to pray. If there's no more question coming, then I'm going to pray now and pour some libation. Check both sides, because the other day, that's when we started praying. Then Ebenezer say I shouldn't go yet. Okay, so Ebenezer, yes, I am here now. Let's get some. You are not able to get the baobab treaty. Ebenezer, I can listen to you all day. Thank you, Ebenezer. But we have some work to do. We have some people who are on us. We're going to do readings for them, and God willing, I will be doing your reading as well, and we'll see how we go about it. And then Oluchi, our sister, is saying, thank you, Papa, for all with peace and love. Thank you, Oluchi. Osunwoke. Thank you very much for all the love that you show. May the ancestors continue being with you and guide you to the light. I'm going to pray now for all of you. Yes, Ebenezer, I'm going to pour a libation for all of you. Oh, ago mauga, sogoli sameduago, mauga kitikata meduago, mauga ese joto, amejoto, ese enanuame, ese etenuame, wamana bevi, dokuno bevi, wamana bevi, mebiana nu dokuno bevi ogbeo, dokuno bevi mebiana wamana bevi ogbeo, ese popolipo, ese danafia, ese gla, amegla, meyora kekeke. The Mayosha Mehamfura Shoko semi for a Shokin Duago, you are Braxas, Mayosi, Adreco Duago, et Adreto Bevino Kuna, who Vesaton, Bossa, Camayo Duago. A Mayor Manos or Gia, and you Zoka Chicas, the Bosia, Adremia, La Fama, and Govina, and will do Honey Mayora. When you're in Bama do Floro, for playing Bama Duadica, when you have been Mateculo, Etecu, Etega. Mayora, Madame Betuna Glovenao, Abanan engagement. Oh, I can't bet you look kind when you are kind, Jehovah can, see what kind, Trova can, and you are kind, if you are kind, and you are Tavaka, but I never had a door like of Lavanda, if you told us something to you. Miami knew that Miami combat, but work up from you. Zango, Miami please, you are never. Yeah, Mayora, your pata, Jomaku, a for Kama Volamo, if you don't bury you. Koklo kwa tole for former job you here job you to I am moju to am kwara kle benyi le fe me to ba jo tu so kle du no to pereka jo pata be yele afi ejo von va jo nyenye jo pata be fiaro jo pata to na me gbeda amoro abi fa gbe ri die jo pata le na fi ya ajo lo jo pata be fe me yo o me si me gbo ju to to go de nta pa pelu ti zugbolu ajima o gboju to do jalo fe ko Valenti papa melo va lo giorno a pof a gosapate meglio a ti geli meglio volevo du meglio che alla fia e niente per todo mano a me io peti le mie poi che me gojo do guardare ota alla messese agbedidi gbogbo yi a me io le video me le vi pono po vi ame yiwo le srɔ̃ dim le srɔ̃ kpɔ no kpɔ srɔ̃, ame yiwo le atsu dim le atsu kpɔ no kpɔ atsu, ame yiwo de srɔ̃ aƒeme me le fafa na wo, aƒeme ne fa na wo, ame yiwo bo srɔ̃ wo ɣe si ɖo gbe le wo gbɔ ɖe, o ne wo srɔ̃ no gbugbɔ va kple ŋuti fafa, ame yiwo le nu di no ke ɖe ŋu, akoe ɖagbe vi ɖagbe lãmesesẽ kple agbedidi, ame yiwo le suku de agbalẽ nyanya ne va na wo. Ame yiwo le dɔ wɔ me ta kpɔna dɔ ɖe dɔ ne dze dɔ dzi le kɔsra yi me mi le gbegbe ɖo. Etɔgbe mamawo ɖe no da asi dzi na míawo pete. Akoe ɖagbe vi ɖagbe asi ɖagbe ne va tso mɔ na mi lo. Ne mi de koklo kpo ɖe kpɔ ne yɔ, mi de dɔkukpo ɖe kpɔ ne yɔ, ne mi de kpakpa kpo ɖe ekpɔ ne yɔ, ne mi de ahɔ ne kpo ɖe ekpɔ ne yɔ. Nyateƒe, ne mi dzi vi ɖe ne mi kpɔ ta nɛ, ne mi de srɔ̃ ɖe ne mi kpɔ ta nɛ. Abotsi eyɔ mia pete ɖo, eyɔ mia wuna tu dzi, mia kɔsa gɔku, tɔ nkɔsi kpɔku, eyɔ mia pete gɔ ha mia no. Mana aƒe ne fa mi nɔ lo, miawoe le ŋgɔgbe mi le mia yome sia. Enyi me nɔ ŋgɔgbe na me ka ɖa mo lo, miawoe nye nyi. Egbetɔ tse gabatsi pi. Ebenezer, Papa, what's your opinion on marrying more than one wife? I put my flag up. I don't have anything against it because my father married 10 wives. My father married 10 wives, and I am the child of the last wife. And if my father hadn't married my mother, I don't think I would have been here teaching you today. And it is because my mother married into the family of my father, or marrying my father, and I was born into the family of traditional spiritual people. That's why I am here today teaching. So if you want to marry 20, you can look after them and make them happy and take care of them. That is your own load on your head. If you want to marry only one and you are sure you can take care of her and there will be peace, it is your palaver. I am not against anybody's marriage, how many people you marry, how many people you did not marry. I'm not that kind of hypocrite who will say that, oh, don't marry one person. Meanwhile, your desire is for marrying more than one. And then you are hiding behind the corner and doing things. No. If you are going to do it openly and let people know that this is what you are. This world is you and you alone who is here. So long as what you will do and you will not be stepping on other person's toe, that would disturb that other person, you are fine. Because at the end of the day, it is your happiness that matters. If you die today, you are going alone. When you were coming into this world, you came alone. You came to meet people here. And then when you are going, you will leave some behind. For sure, even your children, you came to meet them here. And when you are dying, if they don't die before you, you will die before them. So your life is your life. Do it in a way that you should bring happiness to your destiny. Don't let people tell you how you should live your life. Find a way of living your life so that you don't disturb other people. That's all. And then for Martin is saying, don't forget your mask. Yes, the mask I will wear when I am not in my house. In my house, I will not wear all the time. So sometimes it makes me feel like choking. But then we are here a lot. Mask. We are here in the studio. Most of the people, almost everybody, is wearing their mask because it is. I am talking without mask, so everybody should wear their mask. So that's it. So thank you very much for the advice that's for Martin, and then Oluchi also won't say, I see, church bells ringing or whatever. Thank you very much. Yes, we are not against anything because if you were a Muslim, if you were born in a Muslim family, your father or your mother, your father would have married more than one wife, and it is okay. And it is because you are Muslim, so it is okay. So what is wrong if you are not a Muslim? And you are a Christian. So because Christianity says you can marry one, but you can have mistresses. What is all that kind of nonsense? Then anyway, Caddy Fisher said, thank you, AMT team. Until next Sunday. Thank you very much, Taddy Fisher. I'm wishing you a very successful week, and to all of you, a successful week. My regards to Angie, to Kai, and also to Cameron, and also Torase. My regards to them all, and to your mother too. Then I have Karib Noah. Say thank you very much, Karib Noah from Canada. Then thank you so much. Thank you to Karib for listening. Then we have Ebenezer Bozo. I like this palaver. It's your own palaver. Nobody carry another person's palaver. It's you who carry your own palaver. Then Awo Ogunda Dio Additional. Greetings from Panama. Thank you very much, Awo Ogunda. How are you? How did they say it in Spanish? Okay, for today I say adios for today, and we'll meet again. Greetings. And then saludo desde Panama. Thank you. And I also salute you from Accra, Ghana. Thank you very much. Adios, everybody. Yes, I thank you all for the teamwork. And